What up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm MoedotJ and we're locked in. This is episode 17 of All American and it just keeps getting better and better. We know this week that the kids are going off to college to, get a feel of what it's like at college. We know that Spencer and them, they won their football game, so that's always a positive. But we still want to know what's going on with Carrie. But before we get into this episode, shout out to the notification gang. If you're new to the channel, you want to be a part of this, hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you can get something every time I upload. We just hit 6,000 subscribers, so we on the way to 7,000 by August. But this week, the kids are going off to school. They get a little change of scenery. And also, we're supposed to be having a spin-off with Simone. I don't know how that's going to take place and if it plays a part in this episode, but we're going to find out. Let's get into it. Episode 17 of All American. So we got Liv, Spence, Simone, Jordan. They all showed up to Bringston. It's their homecoming. You know they probably sorry in football, but it's homecoming anyway. We got Corday on the stage and the crowd is just going crazy. And everybody's like, look, man, we're here. Simone's talking about at least you got a list of schools to go to. I don't, because she tried to apply for one school and she didn't get accepted into it, which was Stanford. So she's just like, well, we're here. Let's make the best of it. And Jordan's like, yeah, let's have a grown ass time, y'all. Let's make it happen. If you all remember, Simone was mentioning that her aunt was at this school. And her aunt, she's in here, she's teaching the class. You see Simone and them in the back. The class is very attentive. They're listening to it. And they're like, okay. They have a little discussion going on. And the teacher, she knows what she's talking about. So we just get to see this, and it's good. That college experience, I hated it. I would have been in the back close to the, so I can get up out of there as soon as the class is over with or even leave early. But college is college. I encourage everybody to go. But don't take out student loans that you can't afford to pay back. One of the students, Keisha, she's going to be their tour guide for the weekend. Now, she's the captain of the dance team. She's in pre-med. I'm like, okay, Keisha, if I'm a Spencer, I'm like, oh, what's up, Keisha? Me and Liv, we just cool. But she's showing them around, and she's just saying, like, I do dance. I'm in pre-med. She's asking Simone, okay, what schools are you looking at? What are you applying for? And Simone's like, oh, well, I don't know. Yeah, I'm just, I play tennis. She's like, hey, tick-tock time. Hey, once you get out of high school, the real world, it's going to hit you fast. And you got to be able to adjust accordingly and be able to move forward is all she's saying. When I tell y'all something, I don't just be talking. Keisha's like, okay, so what's up with the guys behind us? Simone's like, one's my husband. She's like, I hope it ain't the chocolate one. She's like, nah, that's all Liv. Liv's like, nah, we just cool. So she about to go ahead and move in on Spence. And I just told y'all, if I was Spence, I would have been making that move because me and Liv, we ain't together. I'm here on the college, little weekend. I might change my mind and go from Toledo down to, one of these HBCUs. And Atlanta is better weather, believe me. They go over there and they, hey, the big girls, won't you bag it up? That VIC, So they go over there, Keisha and Liv. Simone's talking about, nah, I'm not really a group dancer. She's like, look, you're getting away from everything. Have fun. Whatever you got going on back at home, forget about it. You here for the weekend. So they go over there, they start dancing. You got everybody out there. Okay, let's get it. We get to meet a new character. It seems like he's one of the big dogs on campus because he's standing there. Simone's recording Liv and Keisha dancing. He's like, hey, yo, whoa, no recording. He takes the phone and starts deleting. She's like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I don't want to be recorded this weekend. So obviously he's someone on the campus and Simone is talking bad to him, talking about you can go viral, from a girl giving it to you. And he was like, oh, you don't know who I am. And then Jordan comes over and is like, is everything good, babe? And then you look and it's him and Spence. I'm like, man, this is threatening. Both of y'all walking up on me like this. Like, this is college. This ain't high school. This ain't Beverly Hills, kid. But he walks off and he goes and talks to one of the guys that looks like he's in a fraternity or something. But this may be the new interest of Simone when she goes to school down here. I thought this kid was a big man on campus. I'm wrong, but what he is a top recruit in the nation, and he's going to HBCU. So that's obviously a big thing for him. That's why he was trying not to have the cameras on. Like, hey man, I'm just chilling. I'm on a college tour. Now he's asking this kid here, how is it playing for the coach? He's like, man, it's tough. They keep me on the sideline a lot. I ain't really doing my thing yet, but the kid is telling him, hey, you gonna get your chance. Just stick with it. Just stick with it. You got to stay focused. A lot of times when you come in your freshman year, you might get red-shirted. You may not get as much time. If you stick to it, though, they get you your next year. And this is Damon Sims, one of the top recruiters. Spencer's like, I knew he looked familiar. Okay, so yeah, Jordan's going to have a lot of competition because Damon Sims seems like he's the man. And if you didn't know, Baseball players, they can get drafted out of high school. So Jordan playing football, he's gonna have 2 or 3 years and you have to develop when he's in college. He ain't even really playing football right now. Damon Sims could already get him a large contract and have his rights to an MLB team just off his freshman year, and he can finish his freshman year of college. So Damon Sims is the big, he is a big deal. We have us a new character, Bringston Tennis. Now she is the HBCU champion. She came up in the junior circuit. She's out there, she doing her thing. And Keisha's like, yeah, man, she's a big deal out here too. She's pretty much our Beyonce of the, the campus, because she's doing such big things for tennis. Now we know Simone plays tennis and she goes out there and she's like a groupie, like, oh, hey, I was just giving you a compliment. That's nice out there. And she's like, hey, you play tennis? Because she sees the little bracelet that she has on. She like, come out here and warm me up right now. You play tennis? Let's see what you all about. Simone's like, right now? Any other time, Simone is aggressive. She knows what she wants, assertive. But she came out here and was looking like a groupie and lost for words. Peer pressure. That's one thing we know about college and high school. Is going to be a lot of it. Damon's out there. He's taking pictures with the team. And they all like, hey, man, get out there. Throw that fastball. Let us see what you got. He's like, nah, I'm just chilling. Because obviously he came in here. He clean, got the vest on. You know what I'm saying? The hoodie. He ain't trying to be out there throwing no pitches. Plus, you already know what I'm about. 101 miles per hour, baby. But he's like, man, you know what? Give me that ball. Who got a pitcher's mitt? I can throw a few. Now we got us a showcase. Damon and Simone. We about to see what they all about. Damon takes the mound. Simone, I don't know what it's called, but she taking the court with that tennis racket. So let's see how they do. Now, Damon, he's out there throwing pitches. I'm like, okay, that boy got some power and some speed behind him. Simone, not so well. But the one thing I will say for Simone is she has jeans on. She has her top. She's not really prepared to be out there playing tennis, especially warming up against the HBCU 2020 champion. Like, that's really unfair for her to be out here in jeans and stuff. But I'm sure Simone's going to get on track. I don't know who this kid is, but he has a little rivalry with Damon. Man, he can't get hurt, the $1 million kid. So he gets a hit off on Damon. He makes it to first base. He takes a little lead, you know what I'm saying? He's getting ready to try to steal the base. Damon catches that the infield, throws it to first and gets him out. So you know these two are going to clash. So he's going to probably give him a hard time this whole weekend because this kid's in college. He's in college, and Damon, he's just a high schooler. One thing we know about Tia, she doesn't warm up it lightly. She's going to be hard all the way, 100%. And she's giving Simone a hard time because she's letting her know, hey, I'm the queen around here on this campus. Don't get it confused. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that step in here with me, they're going to be ready to play. So she tells Simone, I thought you were ready. This is just a light warm up for me. Now, the team is out there. Damon striking people out. We getting people out on bases. Coach come out. Get to running. Don't stop running until I get done. And Damon's like, hey, I'm Damon. Coach knows who he is because he's part of the recruitment process. But one thing he does tell Damon is this team, we're a team. We're not focused on what one individual person can do. Now, one thing I've noticed about you, Damon, is your team needs you, but you're holding out and you're not playing because you want to save your arm for the major leagues. Pretty much that's why they call him the $1 million kid. I was saying earlier, baseball players, they got it different. They can get drafted in high school and they'll just have their rights held by the MLB team. So once they get 18 years old, or if they don't decide to go to college, they can go straight to the pros. So the coach is just saying, hey, if you're going to be here, it's about a team. It's not about you. So it turns out Marcus Turner is just the assistant coach. Leonard, now that's the head coach. And he comes out like, oh yeah, Damon, I've been watching you since your first year playing not pro, but varsity. Your mom came down hard on me, so I'm recruiting you. And you could tell that Coach Leonard, he has a different feel for the team. He's like, why are they running? They look good. Get them out of there. You know what I'm saying? Let's have some fun here. He's about winning. See, Marcus, he's, the assistant coach. He's trying to be the top dog and trying to assert that dominance. But ain't nobody listening to you. Coach Leonard is who we listen to. Simone's down at this college, but her mom doesn't know. Now, her dad does. And her mom is calling. Auntie's like, you might need to answer that and let her know that you're down here. And Simone's saying, nah, because at the house, it's her way or no way. And she's just trying to say, man, I want to be able to live my life how I want to, but my mom, she's trying to dictate it one way. And her aunt's saying, well, you need to let her know you're down here. And I think this is actually a good environment for all of y'all to come down here and just get a different experience in culture than what you would get in California. And everybody's looking around like, hey, it does make sense. If they can offer you a scholarship or something to go, then I definitely say go. There's a fashion show emergency. Auntie heads over there and they like, yeah, man, this girl's face is a little messed up. It's all red and stuff. And the dude that's doing her hair and makeup was like, I can work some magic, but I can't fix this. So Auntie's like, well, you know what? Simone used to dance. You could go out there and do it. And we seen earlier, Simone was like, I don't want to dance. I'll catch the next song. So she kind of throws Liv up under the bus, like, well, Liv still dances. Auntie said, you know what? Both of y'all gonna go on. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have both of y'all in this little this little show. Get the hell out of here. So Liv is on stage like the lead dancer. Like, I know she ain't learned all this choreography in the hour they had. And not only was it an hour, is what, let's say in that hour she had probably like 20-30 minutes of makeup and getting the outfits and stuff together. And then you had but she doing her thing, and Jordan and Spencer like, well, what's going on out here? Simone comes out, she dancing. I'm like, okay, look at Simone, she doing her thing. And Damon in the crowd like, oh man, that's the girl from earlier. Who is she? Oh my God, I gotta figure out who she is. Look at that, Simone the lead too. So they just had two women that, hey, neither one of them can go on. Simone and Liv, y'all get ready. And we're gonna put y'all as the lead. All right, they both looking good though. After the show, Liv and Simone, they like, we did that. She's in the back. She's trying to take these damn shoes off. And Damon comes and grabs her hand so she won't fall over. And they start talking. He's like, I'm sorry. I apologize for earlier because I'm just not used to, the invasion of privacy and stuff. She's like, that's your apology? And like I told you, normally Simone is assertive. She knows exactly what she's going to say. And she was on him again. Like, nah, that's your apology? He's like, oh, my bad. Is there any way we can start again? I'm Damon Sims. She was like, I'm Simone Hicks. But really, she's Simone Baker. She already not even saying that she married. Of course, Jordan and Spencer, they come in the back. Jordan like, hey, bro, I don't care how famous you are, man. You keep messing with my girl, we're going to have problems. So I'm like, man, who is this dude? But he's like, hey, man, I ain't want no problems. I was just talking to the lady. I ain't know. But then he turns around, he sees Spencer like, do I know you? He was like, I do. You the one that set off the chain of forfeits for Tamika. He's like, oh yeah, Damon Sims, Spencer James. So this may be an unlikely alliance that Jordan he's not going to want. Like, Spence, how can you be cool with this guy, man? He keeps pushing up on Simone. Spencer's probably like, man, I ain't got no problem with the dude. Damon's boy runs over, hey man, check your phone, man, big news. Well, while they were throwing pitches, they had somebody recording. It says, Damon Sims tries for championship winning Bringston Lions. Bye-bye MLB. Well, first of all, I was just out there pitching. If I'm going to enter the MLB, that means I can do whatever I want. First of all, I don't have an agent, and I can still go to college. So I don't know why this would be big news, like, for him to be upset about. It's like, okay, it's just attention to you. Is he going to try out for the Lions, or is he going to go to the MLB? It doesn't really matter. When the MLB comes to him, we're like, hey, man, we can give you $3-4 million this first year because there's no salary cap in baseball. They can actually give him as much as they want. He'll probably take that over college. I mean, I personally would. But from the mom's standpoint is you're risking getting hurt because he's not playing his high school games for his team because he's saving himself for the MLB. But it looks like he wants to go to college and be normal for a while. But his mom is like, nah, we worked this hard to get you to the MLB. And like I said, if the money is right, I'm going the MLB route. You can always get the college degree and stuff on your own, but that money isn't guaranteed unless you take it up front because there's no saying how long you'll make it through college. Spencer goes looking for Liv and Simone, and he stumbles upon Auntie, and he sees a couple of the things she's working on, the federal government, academic cheating scandals. And he's like, oh, this is what you're working on? She's like, oh, yeah, you see everything. Spencer hands her a picture, and she looks at it. She's like, okay, so I want to know who those two guys are. But luckily for Damon, there was just a rule passed on Thursday that college students can get paid. So he can stay in college and get paid, and his mom wants him to do that too. But hey, it is what it is. We're going to see how this all pans out for everybody. The HBCU experience is starting to grow on Simone. They're seeing influential black women on the wall. She's saying, why aren't they teaching us in school? And Liv is just like, man, that's just how it is. But this is growing on you. Simone's like, I didn't expect it to be like this. And now you hear Liv talking about it. It's Keisha, she's cool, but I just can't believe she's on Spencer that fast. Simone's like, hey, if you don't go after what you want, can't get mad at somebody else. And Liv, she kind of throws it back at her like, you should probably do the same. Now, I don't know if she's indicating that you should go after Damon while she's married to your brother, but that could just be her having love and sympathy for her brother. Like, man, maybe you don't need to be married to Simone. If I can get Simone to talk to somebody else. Auntie doing her job. So it turns out the photo was the head coach and the anthropology teacher. Now she goes in and she's talking to her. I think it was the dean, but she goes in and talks to him like, hey, this anthropology class, that isn't a real class. It's a paper class, meaning all the baseball players enrolled in Anthropology 406, they're getting A's, and this isn't even a class. So this is an academic scandal that she's probably going to break at the school, and it's going to get rid of the head coach. And I don't know, maybe the assistant coach is going to have to step up as a head coach. He's going to give Damon a hard time. That's just my little theory. Now, the dean, he's like, wait a minute, let me see something. Can anybody take this class? Because what he's trying to do is, if anyone can take it, it's not an athletic privilege. Like, anyone can sign up for it. But Auntie, she's saying, no, what we got to do, especially as a black school, we need to go ahead and attack this early, because once the media gets a hold of it, it's going to say, oh, these HBCUs, they're just skating kids by. And it's going to be a bigger media uproar if they don't do it themselves, and the NCAA or the federal government comes down for this. So she's right. They do need to get this, and they need to go ahead and correct it on their own, because once the media gets a hold of situations like this, it never ends up good. Damon and his mom, they're getting ready to do these little interviews, and she's talking about, hey, when they ask you how was college, is it still on the table? She's saying be vague about it, because what she wants to do is stir up the media a little bit, make the MLB thing. He's really going to go to college, which is going to make that contract go up. But in between that, they get interrupted. The president of the school, they released an investigation on Coach Leonard. Breaking news, Bringston baseball scandal. Now, this is going to definitely look bad on Damon for going to this school, even if he's not going to it, but being there and there's an academic scandal, it's going to be like, maybe they were doing that to get Damon to come to the school. Like, we can go ahead and pass you. So all this is going to look bad, and the backlash is going to be huge. The assistant coach comes in there. How could you do this? He's like, man, it was 2 seasons ago, and it was just a couple of ghost classes, man. He's like, see, that's why you couldn't make it in the minor leagues. You wasn't doing what it takes to get a competitive edge. No, what you doing is illegal, sir. So I was right. It looks like the assistant coach is going to become the head coach, and he's about to be hard on people. And for Damon, he's going to be like, I want to go to this school. And this coach is going to probably push him further than what head coach Leonard would have done. But head coach Leonard said, you know what? I ain't apologizing for nothing. I was getting him ready for the MLB. Hey, it's homecoming weekend. You know it ain't a homecoming weekend without a frat party or a house party on college campus. Now, when I used to go visit UGA, when I was down in Warner Robins, Georgia, they would go up there. I would never drink out of the swimming pool that they had, out of the trash can that they had full of punch and stuff. I brought my own liquor, because of me, I was like, I'm not drinking that cheap, wake up with a headache liquor. Spence in the corner with Keisha. She twerking on him. My boy happy as hell. We ain't seen him this happy out in Crenshaw. Then you got Liv kind of looking. But then we also have some guy in the back, and he's just looking. He may be someone that Keisha was involved with. You know how college is. Dudes is always getting into it over girls. Girls are going to the next guy because they mad at the boyfriend. That's just the college life. You got to be prepared to throw these things when you in college. No lie. Look at him. He hurt too. Damn. Of course, Damon walks back to the campus, and Simone's just sitting outside, and they get to talking. Simone Hicks, and he sees that she plays tennis, so he's like, "Oh, you a player too?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm just trying to get my mojo back." She's asking him, what does he do out there? He's like, man, I just let it go with the flow. She also brings up, I heard about the baseball scandal. Does that affect you? For him, Damon's like, nah, I wasn't even about to enroll in this school. I was really going to go to the MLB, but if I do enroll, I won't be taking Anthropology 402. When I tell y'all people I know what's going on here, the guy that was doing the hair and makeup, he looks at Jordan. It's like, hey, is this a good time to tell Spencer Keisha ain't really feeling them? She's just making the guy jealous. And what did I say? The girl's gonna go to the next dude when she's mad at her dude. It's just college, man. Ain't nothing gonna happen. You a high schooler, an underclassman. It's very rare that upperclassman female is gonna talk to a younger guy. Now, it can happen, but for the most part, it's not gonna happen, especially a high schooler. Now, if Spencer was committing here and they knew about his football, then okay. But right now, Spencer is just Spencer. Look at these two over here kissing. All it was to get back at her boyfriend. Dang. I need to be a mentor to my young brothers. I can let them know what's going on and what to expect when they go to college and just in life. Because I done been there, I done seen it, and I'm pretty much dead on. And of course, Spencer and Liv, they get close and closer and closer and closer. Layla told her to go out here and have some time with Spence. And yeah, they're going to probably be back together. Simone comes over and she sees Liv. She's like, what I miss? Oh, she's going after what she wants. Now, I don't know if this is any indication of Simone going after what she wants, aka Damon, but it ain't looking too good for Jordan. Damon is everywhere, and he's actually talking to Simone and getting her through some things. Come to find out, it was the assistant coach that tipped him off about this classes being fake. And his reason behind that is because he said these kids deserved a better chance. And he was telling Damon, when you go to the pros, make sure you do things the right way. Have integrity. And integrity is doing the right thing when no one else is looking. So he's like, man, it did cost me my job, but I'm giving the kids a better opportunity. So that's good in him. I mean, I wouldn't have cost my job with it, but I mean, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Simone is out here getting some hits in, trying to, relieve some stress. Now, Thea, she comes over and she's like, hey, as long as you're letting things get to you on your mental, you're not going to perform as well as you can. Simone is like, I want a privacy. Give me my chance. You know what I'm saying? What are you doing? And she's like, I'm not trying to help you. I'm trying to help the sport. And she gives her a few pointers, but she's also telling Simone, you got to carry yourself differently. Because when you get out here and play this tennis, as a black woman, you're going to be judged for every single thing you do. Now, we just seen Sakaria Richardson. That's a whole different story because she violated the rules that she knew had been there. That's a whole nother story. But you're still going to be judged, not just for being a black woman, but for being a black person and then an athlete. So they're always going to look at you and try to find the negatives. But she's giving Simone sound advice like, hey, do this and this will help you out. Auntie's talking to Simone, and what she's really trying to tell her is sometimes you need to put yourself first. Now, you're always going to look out for others, but sometimes you got to do things for you. And she's trying to convince her maybe it would be a good thing for you to come out here and go to school. Now, Simone is saying her mom would never let her, but she's saying, hey, focus on you. If you feel like this is what you want to do, then you need to put everyone behind you and look at yourself and do what's best for you first. Spencer runs into Damon, and Damon is just sitting here thinking. And Spencer's like, man, I know you got a lot going on, man. And he gets him to talk to him. It turns out Damon is adopted. So the lady we're seeing is his adopted mother, and she saved his life. She adopted him out the system. Now, as two biological parents, they went to this college. So this is his only connection. And he's saying, when I get drafted in a couple of months, life is going to change. I just want to be normal. And the reason he's looking at this school is to try to figure out where his biological parents are. And now Spencer's here and he's telling them, you need to do what's right for you. Your mom will understand, talking about his adopted mother. She will understand because at the end of the day, it's your life. Damon comes out with the president. The president makes a statement. Yeah, we know there was a scandal here, but we fixed that. Now let's let Damon talk. And Damon says, look, I'm not going to the MLB draft. I'm going to go ahead and commit to Bringston College. And we're going to have Coach Turner as the head coach. And we're going to build the legacy here. So I was right. They're going to bring in the assistant coach as the head coach. And he's going to be hard on them. But he's going to give the kids exactly what they need to move forward in life. One last meeting between Simone and Damon. Now, Damon, he's committed to the college. Simone comes up. She's like, oh, you found your mojo? He's like, yeah, I did. I'm going to be going to school here. So she's like, I should be going with my husband. He's like, whoa, husband? I just thought it was, her boyfriend. But you could tell Simone, she's kind of feeling Damon, and she's kind of thinking about, man, maybe I should go to this school. We did see her talk to the head coach of tennis. Now, she didn't have any footage or anything, but I'm pretty sure with this being a spinoff, she's going to probably get a partial scholarship or maybe a full. But I could see something happening in between these two. And he tells her, well, Miss Simone Hicks, take care of yourself. Jordan's waiting outside. Simone comes out and he's like, you look real happy. And you could tell that she is happy. She came out smiling and stuff. But she gets in the car after they kiss and he kind of looks sad because in his head he's thinking, she's probably going to go to school here. My wife is about to travel across the country. Now, everyone gave me a hard time when I said they shouldn't have got married. Jordan should stay far away from Simone. I know, Mr. Hicks, you watch this, but your daughter is playing our boy Jordan. Come on, Simone. She's going to leave Jordan for the star athlete. Dang. There you go. Episode 17, Homecoming of All-American. Let me guys know what you think. Do you think Simone is going to get a scholarship? And is she really feeling Damon? Because we know Jordan's going to be heard about that. But let me know what you guys think below. I'm MoedotJ. Thanks for watching. If you like the content on the channel, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.